Illinois breds, bringing out this year's Langley winner, Broadway Spirit, and he'll take on 7 other tough foes. And tonight, top of the stretch. Field for the first race, picking up speed. They're lining up. Here they come. They're off with Coy and Gilboy coming out aggressively with Armbro Jagger. Those three battling away up top, and Armbro Jagger on the inside. Draws clear length, Coy on the outside, challenging. Coming through on the inside, Melvin Skipper. Gilboy now takes back and will tuck in fourth as they race midway around the turn. Then comes Mr. Anthony, Dick Van Dyke, and Shea Hanover off the quarter, 27-2. They're still battling away, Armbro Jagger and Coy, and now Coy forging to the top. Armbro Jagger yields. Melvin Skipper racing in third. Gilboy in fourth, a length back to Mr. Anthony in fifth. On the outside, Shea Hanover is moving up. Dick Van Dyke is at the end, approaching the half. Armbro Jagger retakes command, leads a length over Coy, half-timed in 56-1. It's Armbro Jagger, your leader. Coy racing in the pocket. On the outside, Gilboy grinding out a tough first over trip. Shea Hanover right in behind him. On the inside, racing in fifth, Melvin Skipper, Mr. Anthony, and Dick Van Dyke, top of the stretch. Armbro Jagger, the one to catch as they approach three quarters. It's Armbro Jagger, your leader. Here comes Shea Hanover. In between horses, Gilboy gutting out a tough trip. Three quarters, 126-1. And now Shea Hanover burst onto the scene. Opens up by 2, now by 3. Gilboy trying to keep pace. Dick Van Dyke racing third. And now rallying up from far back, Mr. Anthony. A 16th of a mile ago. It's Shea Hanover in complete command. Shea Hanover in front, Dick Van Dyke second, Gilboy third at 155 flat. Top of the stretch, field of 8, all in line. Here they come. They're off and pacing on the inside. Aspiration Jug left hard. And as expected, it's Pete's Porsche to show speed and now take the lead. Aspiration Jug will gladly take the trip. Then a gap of 3 to Royals Royce, racing in third, a length back to Pied Piper. Another length back to Always a Leader. And comes Armbro Copis, Champolion, and McDuke Hanover. Off the turn and by the quarter, Pete's Porsche takes him by that station, 29 seconds. Easy quarter for the favorite, Pete's Porsche, pacing comfortably on top by 2.5, Aspiration Jug. Racing in second, a length and a half back to Royals Royce in third. Another length and a half back to Pied Piper. On the outside, Armbro Copis moves up and looks for cover. Always a Leader will take an inside route. Champolion is on the move. McDuke Hanover still trails. Pete's Porsche on top, a tight length by the half, 58-3. Another soft quarter for Pete's Porsche. Leads around the far turn, a length and a quarter on the outside, pressure from Armbro Copis. Aspiration Jug right in behind the leader. Champolion following up live cover. On the inside, Royals Royce, McDuke Hanover into the flow. Pied Piper pushed back, Always a Leader, 4 in, 4 out. They approach three quarters, Pete's Porsche leads the way. Armbro Copis right at his wheel. Three quarters, 128-2. Now 3/16 to go. Pete's Porsche being put to the test by Armbro Copus. On the outside, Champollion picks up the leaders. Aspiration Jug racing in behind those three. Pete's Porsche now kicks in. It's Pete's Porsche. McGee urging him on. Armbro Copus won't go away. Pete's Porsche. Armbro Copus. Armbro Copus may have wore down Pete's Porsche in a tight finish. That is a photo finish. Please hold. Field of 9 in the stretch. Here they come. They're off. Fox Valley Jordan on the inside. Seeks the lead aggressively. Now gets it. A length pressure from Mr. Spring. On the inside, What a Move came away in third. Coming away with early position, See the Heat. A length and a half back to My Daddy's Rich. A length back to Whimperoo. Then comes Park Lane Warrior. Your two trailers as they race around the turn, Mighty Fine Magic and Lipsy Brown. Single file past the quarter in 30 and 3. Off the turn, they race up the backstretch. They're all in behind Fox Valley Jordan now. What a Move, driving from the pocket. On the inside, Mr. Spring racing third. See the Heat is on the move. Fox Valley Jordan holds his position. What a Move. No options here. Has to drop back in behind. On the outside, See the Heat racing third. Mr. Spring racing along the inside. Whimperoo is on the move. My Daddy's Rich saves ground sixth. Now off the cones for Fred Finn. Half time to minute and a fifth. Fox Valley Jordan leads the way around the far turn. See the Heat applying the pressure. What a Move. Right there in the pocket, Whimperoo. Second over with cover. On the inside, Mr. Spring saves ground. My Daddy's Rich also saving ground on the inside. Mighty Fine Magic, Park Lane Warrior, and Lipsy Brown. They're in the stretch. Fox Valley Jordan. Hochstetler trying to get him home. 3/4, 129 and 4. 3/16 to go. It's Fox Valley Jordan, your leader. See the Heat going a big mile. He won't give in on the inside. What a Move racing third. Whimperoo joins the leaders. On the far outside, Mr. Spring. It's Fox Valley Jordan digging down. Fox Valley Jordan. What a Move now has a clear lane. Fox Valley Jordan from start to finish. What a Move. Second best. See the Heat. Game effort to be third, 158 and 1. Fields in the stretch, picking up speed. Here they come. They're off. Gary's Merger, rough gated and off stride. That leaves Fudge Nukel going right to the top. Fudge Nukel takes command a length. LB Houdini moving right with him. Will take a back seat in second, a length back to Regal Sunrise. Racing in third, a length and a half back to Broadway Concept. In fourth, then a gap of 2 to Final Explosion. And then comes My Way or Else and David the Dude far back after that miscue. Gary's Merger, opening quarter, timed in 28 and 1. They race up the back stretch. Fudge Nukel in command of the pace. A tight length, LB Houdini right on his back. Gap of 3 to Regal Sunrise, racing with the leaders. A length and a half back to Dale Heitman and Broadway Concept. Another length back to Final Explosion. My Way or Else, David the Dude. Gary's Merger has caught the field. They continue up the backstretch. It's all Fudge Nukel at this point at the half in 58 and 1. Fudge Nukel leads the way around the far turn. LB Houdini's been getting the trip. Regal Sunrise right with those two. On the outside, Broadway Concept. He makes his bid. On the inside, it's Final Explosion. Coming on My Way or Else, David the Dude, and Gary's Merger. Top of the stretch. It's Fudge Nukel by 2 approaching 3/4. Fudge Nukel leads the way off 3/4, 127-3. They have to catch Fudge Nukel. He's out there by 2 with 3/16 to go. Broadway Concept. Here comes Regal Sunrise. He takes aim. Fudge Nukel is leg wary. Regal Sunrise has the momentum. It's Fudge Nukel hanging on. Fudge Nukel leads. Regal Sunrise is bearing down. Fudge Nukel needs the line. Fudge Nukel holding on. Regal Sunrise second. Broadway Concept third in 156-2. Fields in the stretch. Here they come. They're away and pacing. Daber shoots out aggressively. On the inside, it's Beowulf. Also coming away well, Micro Plus. Daber and Beowulf. These two battling up top, and Beowulf will win the early confrontation. Draws clear a length. Daber will take a back seat for now. A length and a half back to Micro Plus, racing in third. In fourth around the turn, Krabby Appleton. In fifth is Eggy. Then comes Broadway Clamor. All together now, Lake Hills Doc and Bill the Bartender. Quarter timed in 28 seconds. They race up the backstretch. Beowulf on top by 2. Daber stalks him in the pocket. A length and a half back to Micro Plus, racing in third. Krabby Appleton in fourth. Eggy is sent on his way. Broadway Clamor will pick up that live cover. All together now, right in behind him. Then comes Lake Hills Doc and Bill the Bartender. Second tier takes form. By the half, 57-4. Beowulf leads the way. Daber right in behind. On the outside, moving up first over, Eggy. Broadway Clamor poised and ready to strike for McGee with 3/8 to go. On the inside, it's Micro Plus. Krabby Appleton is held up inside. All together now, tipping out 3 wide with Lake Hills Doc. Bill the Bartender can see them all. They're in the stretch. Beowulf out there by 2, now by 3. He's starting to get away. 3/4, 127-1. It's Beowulf, your leader. On the inside, Daber has to pick it up again. In between horses, it's Eggy. Here comes Broadway Clamor. Lake Hills Doc is winding up from far back. Beowulf leads. Daber's not finished. Here comes Broadway Clamor. Broadway Clamor. Daber on the inside. Daber on the inside. Gets it over Broadway Clamor. Beowulf may have salvaged third in 155-3. That Fields at the top of the stretch. They take their positions in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. The 2 inside horses showing the speed and its best all. Coming away with the lead as they race under the wire for the first time. Best all leads the way a length. Then it's If Looks Could Kill. The rest of the field falls in line. It's a gap of 4 to Denard Angus racing third. In fourth around the turn, Divine Ruler. In fifth as they race for the quarter, Lake Hills Frisco. 2 lengths back to Timely Mac. Then comes Richard Lomont. Light it up. And your trailer, Bad Boy Justin, off the quarter, 28-4. No change up top, it's Best All. In command of the pace, leads a length and a half, If Looks Could Kill. Right there in the pocket, then a gap of 3 to Denard Angus. A length and a half back to Divine Ruler. Timely Mac sent on his way by Anderson. On the inside, Lake Hills Frisco, Shade Ground. Richard Lomont into the outer flow. joined by Light It Up and Bad Boy Justin. Half-timed in 58-2. Best All leads the way around the far turn. If looks could kill the long shot, getting the trip. On the outside, Divine Ruler being rated by McGee. Timely Mac is right on his back. On the inside, it's Denard Angus. Also on the inside, Lake Hills Frisco, Richard Lomont, Light It Up, and Bad Boy Justin. They're in the stretch. Best All is out there by 3, now by 4, 3/4, 127-2. Your leader is Best All with 3/16 to go. On the inside, if looks could kill under urging, Timely Mac has to do more. On the outside, Richard Lomont, Light It Up is flying late. Denard Angus is behind a wall of horses in deep stretch. Best All just too tough. Best All wins it. Richard Lomont second, Light It Up third at 1:50. Top of the stretch. Field of 10 lining up as they approach the start for the 7th race. Here they come. They're off. Good start with Rain Dance Thunder, Notre Dame Irish, and Woodhill Ray. All three going after the lead. Woodhill Ray, fastest of all, takes command, opens up by 2 on Notre Dame Irish. Native Scooter came away in third. Rain Dance Thunder racing in fourth. Jack Clayton away in fifth for Anderson. A length back to Easy Hanover. A length back to Dave Maxwell, and We Was Robbed. And then comes Hampton's Jim Bob, Giant Surfer, and Switchboard. Quarter timed in 28-2. They're spread out as they race up the backstretch. Woodhill Ray in command of the pace. Here comes Native Scooter. He's going after the leader. Notre Dame Irish racing in third. A length and a half back to Rain Dance Thunder. Jack Clayton racing in fifth. On the outside, Easy Hanover is off the cones for Knox. He's on the attack. Followed up by Was Robbed. Half-timed in 56-3. Fast pace continues. Native Scooter has worked his way to the top. Leads a length and a quarter on the outside. Here comes Rain Dance Thunder. Woodhill Ray is right there in the pocket. Easy Hanover makes his presence felt. On the inside, Notre Dame Irish, We Was Robbed, within striking range. They're in the stretch and approaching 3/4. Native Scooter is giving way. On the outside, moving up with a rush after 3/4, 126-3. Rain Dance Thunder. Rain Dance Thunder leads the way. Here comes Easy Hanover. We Was Robbed. Right on his back. Woodhill Ray racing in fourth. Down the stretch. Rain Dance Thunder. Easy Hanover is lurking. Easy Hanover. Here comes We Was Robbed. Easy Hanover by the narrowest of margins. We Was Robbed right there. Second, close for third at 150. Field of 8 off the turn, and now they're in the stretch. Here they come. They're off. Anvil's Fella wasting no time and going right after the lead. On the outside, the other New Zealand bred, Playmore, moving right with him. Bravo Patino with those two. It's a battle up top, and Anvil's Fella leads. Playmore on the outside challenging. Bravo Patino right there in behind those two. A length back to Wolf & Son. A length and a half back to Telemann. Then a gap of 2 to Hatsock, Elvis, and your trailer is Temu John. Opening quarter, a quick 27-4. They're still going at it up top, and now Playmore clears for Anderson. Anvil's Fella will take a back seat. A length and a half back to Bravo Patino. 2 back to Wolf & Son. A length back to Telemann. A gap of 3 to Hatsock. Elvis, the lone Illinois bred. And your trailer, Temu John and Vilsfella quickly up after the lead again. By the half, 56 seconds. And Vilsfella clears Playmore. He leads a tight length as they race around the far turn. Bravo Patino right there in third. Here comes Wolf & Son bringing up Telemann. On the inside, it's Hatzak. Pushed back Elvis. Temu John makes his bid for last. Top of the stretch. And Vilsfella leads the way. A length and a quarter. Playmore is right on his back. 3/4, 125 and 4. It's the favorite. And Vilsfella showing the way. Playmore is breathing down his neck. And now here he comes. And Vilsfella under a drive. Playmore is coming at him. Less than an eighth of a mile ago. Playmore on the outside. And Vilsfella on the inside. The two New Zealand breds are going at it. And Playmore is wearing him down in the final strides. And Vilsfella second. Telemann finished third in 154 and 1. Field of 8 off the turn, and now they're lining up. Here they come. They're often pacing in the Armbro Wolf and Big Time Lucky coming out in a hurry. On the inside, Fox Valley Colleen. In between horses, Hearts Tiger. Fox Valley Colleen with the advantage from the inside, leads the way length. Big Time Lucky. Right on his wheel, Hearts Tiger. Right in behind those two, Royal Powder. Came away fourth. Broadway Spirit is away in fifth. Then a gap of 3 to Town Hoss. Then comes Anxious Willie and Alar. Off the quarter, 28 and 1, and Big Time Lucky has made the top. Takes this field up the backstretch, a length and a quarter. Fox Valley Colleen right on his back. Hearts Tiger racing in third. Here comes Broadway Spirit. He's on the attack, and with a burst of speed, Broadway Spirit is going after Big Time Lucky, and now paces on by. Langley winner, Broadway Spirit to the top as they approach the half. Leads the way a length. Big Time Lucky will take the trip the rest of the way. Half-timed in 57 seconds. Broadway Spirit leads a length. Big Time Lucky right there in the pocket. Fox Valley Colleen 3 off the top in third with 3/8 to go. Hearts Tiger is on the attack. Royal Powder saves ground. On the outside, Anxious Willie Alar has yet to make his bold move. And on the inside, it's Town Hoss. They're in the stretch. Broadway Spirit leads with 1/4 of a mile to go in the Armbro Wolf. It's Broadway Spirit, your leader, a length and a quarter. Big Time Lucky lurking in the pocket. A 1/16 of a mile to go. Broadway Spirit digging down. Heitman trying to keep them together. Big Time Lucky looks for room. On the outside, Fox Valley Colleen. Alara is uncoiling. It's Broadway Spirit. Here comes Fox Valley Colleen. Broadway Spirit, Fox Valley Colleen. 2 noses on the wire in the Armbro Wolf stake. That is a photo finish. The mile 153 and 3. Fields in the stretch, picking up speed. Here they come. They're off. Kelly's Chance in the middle of the track. Left hard and aggressively. On the outside, here comes Isa Vance. Isa Vance now pacing on by to take the lead into the first turn. Tribeca right on his back. Kelly's Chance came away in third. On the inside, it's Radio racing in fourth. Monsieur Mindale. Anderson has his hands full with Amazon Prince. He now tucks in ahead of Happy Colors. A length back to Isometrics and Masterlink. Quick quarter, 27 and 3. Unsettling pace. Isa Vance, now Tribeca. Tribeca clears to lead a length. Isa Vance will yield a length back to Kelly's Chance racing in third. Radio is racing in fourth. In fifth, as they continue up the backstretch, Monsieur Mindale. Amazon Prince saves ground. On the outside, Happy Colors. Isometrics and Masterlink, they both trail. Half-timed in 57 seconds. Eyes of Ants retakes the lead and opens up by 2. Tribeca trying to keep pace. Kelly's Chance now on the attack. On the outside, Monsieur Mindale is poised for Boutenchain. Top of the stretch, Eyes of Ants cuts the corner with a 2-length advantage. 3/4, 120, 6-1. Eyes of Ants the leader. Kelly's Chance lurking on the outside. Eyes of Ants digs down. Kelly's Chance matching strides. Tribeca coming on again third. On the inside, Radio needs racing room. It's Kelly's Chance. Here comes Tribeca. Tribeca has dead aim and now paces on by in the final yards. Tribeca the winner. Kelly's Chance and Amazon Prince in a photo for second. 154-3. Picking up speed. Here they come. They're off. Out of Chances is away fastest from the outside. On the inside, Pilgrim's Fiery also came away well. Out of Chances to the top. Opens up a 1.25 on Pilgrim's Fiery. Jate's Big Timer looks to drop in third, and now he does. A 1.5 ahead of Austin Carr. All in line right in behind him. Gypsy Falcon and Lightyear. Off the quarter, 27-3, and now Pilgrim's Fiery with an early and aggressive move to take command as they race up the back lane. Leads a length, now pressure from Jate's Big Timer. Out of Chances, racing in third. A 1.5 back to Austin Carr. Racing along the inside. On the outside, Gypsy Falcon. Lightyear is on the move, being pushed back. All in line. They're battling away. Pilgrim's Fiery on the inside, on the outside. Jate's Big Timer, half-timed in 55-3. They're doing battle. Pilgrim's Fiery and Jate's Big Timer slugging it out. Out of Chances is right there in the pocket. On the outside, Gypsy Falcon racing in fourth. Lightyear moves into contention. Fifth on the inside, Austin Carr. All in line, those two still plenty to make up. They're in the stretch. Pilgrim's Fiery leads the way a 1.25, 3/4, 124-3. Pilgrim's Fiery is leg weary. Here comes Gypsy Falcon. Lightyear right on his back. In between horses, Out of Chances looks for racing room. Austin Carr is rolling. It's Gypsy Falcon to the fore. Gypsy Falcon leads the way. Here comes Out of Chances. Gypsy Falcon in deep stretch, just enough to win it in an upset. Out of Chances second, Lightyear third in 153-3. Here they come. They're off, timing the gate perfectly. Do what you do well. Going out to an uncontested lead. Do what you do well. Leads a length. The Felcher racing in second, a length back to Anticipating. In third, Santarico settles in fourth. A length ahead of Viv Cisco Kid. Keystone Royalty. Racing on the inside, along with Gallant Gimbal and Stan, the Man Musial. Curve off the turn and now Anticipating, with an early move to take command. By the quarter, 30-3. A race up the backstretch, Anticipating leads a 1.5. Do what you do well. Racing in the pocket, the Felcher. In third, on the outside, here comes Santarico. Right on his back, Viv Cisco Kid, Keystone Royalty. Third over into a live flow, Gallant Gimbal. is also on the move. Stan the Man Musial saves ground. A race for the half, anticipating. Leads by a head. Santa Rico, the pressure, half-timed in 1:01 and 2. Santa Rico forging his way on by. Leads a length, now a length and a half, anticipating. Racing on the inside. On the outside, Viv Cisco Kid left without cover. Keystone Royalty within striking range. On the inside, Do What You Do Well. The Felcher being pushed back. They're in the stretch and approaching. A 3/4 Santa Rico, the one to catch. 3/4, 1:30 and 3. It's Santa Rico out there by 2. Viv Cisco Kid picks up the chase, and now uncoiling. Here comes Keystone Royalty. Santa Rico digs down, responds, and draws off. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. It's Santa Rico on top. Keystone Royalty trying to get closer, but can't. It's Santa Rico cruising. Keystone Royalty, the Felcher, and Stan the Man Musial at 1:58 and 2.